Well, Texas mom furious saying her neighbor called police after she let her 6-year-old son play outside their home just 150 feet away. Days later, suddenly Child Protective Services showed up. The case was eventually closed after no wrongdoing was found. But did that neighbor cross the line? And did the neighbor actually take it one step too far? Our parenting panel is here to help sort it out this morning. Parenting expert Erica Katz, Stephanie Weiss of AskStephanie.com, and Ted Hicks, the co-founder of LateNightParents.com, join us now. Nice to see all of you this morning. Welcome. So well, first of all, did the neighbor cross the line? I mean, this is setting up the neighborhood to be a miserable place to live for the next 10, 15 years.
Absolutely. I think the neighbor did cross the line because you should never call protective services on a parent unless you know that child is really being neglected or abused, because there was an investigation into this woman. She could have lost her kids.
And to be clear, she didn't call Child Protective Services. That was the next step. That's what the cops did after they came there, right?
Right. Well, and so I mean, once CPSC gets involved, they have protocols that they need to follow, so there's no choice there. But look, if you do call the police and there is probable cause for the mom not being around, and there was no, we all get nervous that there's people out there, strange people, you hear stories. It worries me a little that there was no one watching the child.
The child was 150 yards from the home.
It seems odd that they wouldn't have called the parent first.
Right, I agree.
That should be like the first step.
Ted, are we maybe a little bit more lenient because we're dads and we're just like, hey, go out and play in the backyard? You know, I mean, I grew up, I was out playing in the yard all day.
We were all out in the backyards when we were growing up. I mean, excessive, yes. Because growing up, I mean, your neighborhood was like a community where, you know, you would be outside, and let's say if you weren't doing something correct, a neighbor would come across the street and correct you. And then let you know, your parent know. I mean, it seems like there's a true disconnect here.
I feel like I'm sensing that you're kind of favoring with the neighbor here a little bit. Are you on the side of the neighbor? You see a kid just playing in the yard? Are you going to call police on them? You're going to go correct them?
No, but if you see the child defacing property or you know, something, you know, that's not correct.
Of course.
But was she worried, or was she trying to get...
She was being a busy mom,
right. Was she trying to have an issue with the neighbor? Because if you're worried, that's calls
It's like Dana
for...
Carvey's church lady, right?
Right.
I see what you're doing. Okay, well, what would you guys do if you saw your neighbors having a few drinks, the kids having a few drinks, not driving, but staying at a house? The reason I ask is because of a headline this week up in Montville, New Jersey, which, if you're not familiar with that area, it's in Morris County. It's a pretty affluent area of New Jersey, and it also has a lot of rural areas. So kids, maybe they're going to their friend's house, and it's being supervised by their parents, and they're not getting in the car driving, but there is some underage drinking going on. A new ordinance there would make it okay for police to show up without a warrant and just be able to search a parent's home, again, without a warrant, if they suspect underage drinking is going on there. What do you guys think?
Well, last time I checked, we live in the United States of America, where we have a Constitution with a Fourth Amendment that protects us against being searched without a warrant. So I think this is a very slippery slope to a nanny state, and I am completely against it.
I was talking to a bunch of women, actually, about this last night. And what was very interesting was there were two things. One, that it's fearful. Kids make mistakes, right? They make mistakes, they drink underage. Do not condone underage drinking in any way. However, you have a teenager, they have one bad night, or they make one wrong mistake, and now the police are involved. And I think what parents are concerned with is that it's really, of course, the teenagers getting in trouble, but it's them that would be in trouble.
Right.
And they would be arrested. And let's say you are doing great as a parent to tell your children you can't drink underage, and you're setting the tone for your home. But what about when that friend of the child is coming into your home and they're sneaking it in a water bottle, let's say, that you said there's no drinking in my home tonight, you can be here? That's what concerns me, and that's what I think would be concerning other parents, is the other children in the neighborhood drinking, and you said you're not allowed, and now that's a big issue, I think.
Ted, final word.
Final word. Not really in favor of it, but, you know, ultimately I'm in favor of, you know, being a parent first and foremost. And, you know, if it's going to help the children, if it's, you know, we're here to be safe. I mean, that's
the bottom line, to be safe with our kids. Let us know what you think about this at home. Go to our Facebook page. You can weigh in. Nice to see all of you this morning.
Thank you.